Holy shit.
Titties.
Sex with each other.
Ecstasy shit.
Pussy. Nigga.
The fuck is? Oh, now sex.
The fuck it.
They're called your boobs.
A piece of shit.
Fucking stupid. Let me clone your face.
Dirty versus clean. Is it easier to be a dirty comic? Do you get booked more if you're a clean comic? Is it fun to write dirty or clean? Do people purposely write clean? That's what I want to know.
I use the secret to make the secret not work for other people. That's my secret.
I mean, I love dirty just as much as I love clean.
Right.
But if someone can make clean hilarious, that's where the talent is, man. Anyone can curse and get laughed. You know, if I say fart in front of my nieces and nephews, it is the funniest thing ever. I don't think that there's a need to be dirty, or sometimes you're at a bar or something, and being dirty helps the set for sure. But if you could be clean and get everyone to laugh, that's the tops.
Just write whatever. But if you keep writing dirty jokes, I don't know. I don't even think about it.
No?
I thought I was dirty, like the whole time I was doing comedy. And then somebody told me, you're not that dirty.
Yeah.
I wrote my first dick joke that I liked probably 3 months ago. It's specifically talking about dick, though. Dick. I didn't even change up the word. I didn't throw a cock or a penis.
I think there's an audience for everything. You know, it really depends on what kind of comedian you want to be. You just got to know going into it that if you're going to be really dirty, it's going to take you a while to really find an audience and find venues that you could work out at, because, you know, a lot of people don't like filthy humor. And even for me, when I get dirty in my act, it's by some definition still pretty clean. You know, I might talk about sex, say fuck here or there, but you know, compared to a lot of guys that are really dirty, I would be considered like PG-13. You know, working clean is incredibly difficult to do, to actually write clean jokes. But there'll also be times that if you're working clean and you get booked into a less than desirable venue, like a bar or a bachelor party or whatever, they're not going to want to listen to some clever clean jokes. You know, those are the kind of people that want the filthier stuff. Anybody who's booking comedy should know what their audience is and know what comedian would fit well there.
Funny first, man. That's the rule. Because there's no comedy that's worse than someone trying to be really dirty and not being good at it. It's the most horrible thing you can see. When there's some guy who just thinks because he's using a certain word or phrase that's ooh, what's that? And it's supposed to elicit some kind of response of humor. It's terrible. Clumsy, dirty humor makes me furious. The reason dirty comedy works is because there's a lot of stuff that people are not comfortable talking about, so there's always a level of built-in tension. Comedy is all tension and release, and with things about sex and death and that sort of thing, there's tension just built into your life. There's guys that are hilarious and squeaky clean. There's nothing wrong with that. There shouldn't be any stigma. I hate when there's the tough guy comedy bullshit is stupid because it's always misapplied. We should police ourselves. But there's this element of you know, who cares what somebody talks about? As long as it's funny, that's the only thing that matters, you know? I don't think in other art forms people get really mad about content over execution. You know what I mean? A great painter, it doesn't really matter what you're painting. It's the painting.
I'm trying to write cleaner now. Once I moved to LA, I feel like some of the stuff I'm writing is maybe just inherently cleaner just because I'm trying to be more clever. But I feel like clean is good for TV. That's what it is. So like if you're trying to get on TV, clean is where it's at. But I like to curse, and I have a filthy mouth in real life, so it's hard for me not to go up and be dirty. So when I can't do half as long, you know what I mean? Like right. I can do a long time dirty, but that's because I'm just doing whatever I want up there. But clean, on the other hand, I feel like it's very restricting to me. But that's just me because of the way I write and the way I am. I have a filthy mouth, so I feel like I'm restricting myself, and I'm not being myself up there when I'm not cursing.
I know they have them at festivals. They usually have dirty shows. We need you to say fuck 30,000 times. Again, a lot of dick references. If you could say cunt and talk about rape a lot, this is your gig.
Only reason I can stand up comedy is to make my mom proud. You see, I've never done anything in my life to make my mom proud of me ever.
Yeah!
Thank you, Mom, thank you. She had a sex change. Like I said, man, I've never done anything to make my mom proud of me ever, man. I dropped out of high school, started selling drugs, wouldn't give her a discount.
I think dirty is funnier because there's only one Brian Regan, and he's hilarious, and he's squeaky clean. But pretty much every other great comic outside of Seinfeld and Ray Romano is slightly dirty. Dirty's funny. There was an old Greek philosopher by the name of Decotiis, who was a Puerto Rican Greek philosopher. And he talked about laughter being a way to get rid of the demons of shame, okay? Clean, it loses. Dirty, it wins. Why? Because it's funny.
I don't think you should give yourself boundaries, because if you write a joke and it's clean, it's clean. But if you write a joke, it's dirty, it's dirty. I don't think you should write specifically for clean or specifically for dirty, because that eliminates the artistic value of your bits. But yeah, I mean, you should write as much as possible, and the more you write, the more clean bits you're going to have, and the more dirty bits you're going to have, so that if you have to open up for, you know, Brian Regan, you're going to have clean material you can do. But if you're going to do the dirty show late night at, you know, some horrible bar, yeah, you have your dirty jokes you can fall back on as well. And I started out clean, like, I have dirty jokes now, but I have to have clean material because, you know, I work a lot of clubs, and a lot of clubs, when you work with headliners, they actually usually request a cleaner opener. Even though they're the dirtiest comics you could ever see in your entire life, they want you to work clean, so that way when they say fuck or shit or abortion or some racist joke, their material is going to be hitting that much more. It's going to be that much more potent, more powerful. So always write both clean and dirty. Just write jokes.
One time this girl was hanging out with me in my apartment, and it was late at night. She asked me to walk her home because she was afraid of getting mugged, and I'm a gentleman, so I walked her home, and we both got mugged.
I think you get more work if you're clean. That's what people say. But I think it's changing a little bit because now so many people put their stuff on the web. And if you can find your own audience being dirty, I mean, you won't go through the traditional ways of breaking in. Certain crowds might be offended by you. But at the same time, there have been so many successful dirty comedians. In terms of festivals, TV, you want to do a set on Letterman, got to be clean. Period. There's nothing you can. There's no way around it. You can't say I'm going to say this instead of that, and it's going to be clean. No, you have the content, the context has to be clean. So, you want to go that route, then you got to work on a clean set. If you don't care about that, then you don't have to worry about that. Because if you watch Comedy Central presents, they just bleep it out. They don't care anymore. So people just have their own audience.
That's what they said. They couldn't have said it more better than that. I personally believe if you want to get booked, it's always better to aim to be cleaner. I also think that it's always easier to make a clean joke dirty. It's a lot harder to make a dirty joke cleaner. Comment, subscribe, like, give me feedback. Comment me on Facebook, say, hey man, you're doing great, or hey man, fuck you, stop it, go watch I Am Comic 3 more times, and Dave Chappelle's Block Party, and yeah, fucking write some stuff on that.
What is this called?
Don't quit your day job.
Don't quit your day job.
Labor Days was taken.
And as a Muppet,
yeah.
You're an asshole, Dan Decotiis, for wearing that hat, alright? Like, I really like you a lot, like, as a person, but the hat, stupid, alright?